Okay. Hi students, very good morning. Now in this session we are going to learn the geometrical isomers and optical isomers with respect to bidentate ligands. So bidentate ligands. Okay. Bidentate ligand. Right? Bidentate ligand means a ligand. Only one ligand will be present. In that donor atoms are two. Two donor atoms are present. Then that is called as a bidentate ligand. This bidentate ligand we can classify them into two types. One is symmetrical bidentate ligand. This is unsymmetrical. Symmetrical bidentate ligand means the two atoms will be the same. Suppose if I take CH2, CH2, NH2, here NH2. See the donor atom here is nitrogen, here also nitrogen. See this is bidentate. Bidentate means two deltas are present. Means two areas are present to give electrons. Both are same atoms. Right? Here something like NH2. You will be having total CH2, something like C double bond O minus. Here one is donating is nitrogen and other donating is oxygen. Okay, if two are different, unsymmetrical, if two are same, that is symmetrical. One more thing is symmetrical means if you do half, this half is equal to the other half. The half of the molecule, you imagine an imaginary line. Okay, if that imaginary line is cutting the molecule into two equal halves. Okay, this molecule I have imagined line like this. It is cutting into two equal halves. Okay, then that type of molecule is called as symmetry. Now imagine again, imaginary line. Now cut that molecule into two equal halves. The two equal halves are if they are not same, then those are called as unsymmetrical molecules. Right? Okay. The important information in this content is for finding the optical activity. This is a trick. Okay, finally I am doing this one shortcut. What is the thing is if plane of symmetry, if plane of symmetry present, then it is optically inactive compound. If plane of symmetry, that is nothing but indicated with POS. Right? If plane of symmetry is present, then the compound will become optically inactive. If same plane of symmetry is absent, then that is optically active compound. Okay? An optically active compound is that if the plane of symmetry is absent, plane of symmetry is not at all present, it is optically active. If the plane of symmetry is present, then it becomes optically inactive. How to find out that? Yes, first this is the trick, and how to find out it is optically active or optically inactive. That's the condition. Right? We shall discuss that one later. In 2 minutes I will tell you that. Okay? So I am doing this. See, once again I am repeating what is symmetrical. If you draw an imaginary line in between the molecule, if the two equal halves are same, then that is called as symmetrical ligand. If the imaginary line cutting the molecule into two unequal halves, okay, two halves are not same, then that is called as unsymmetrical bidentate ligand. To find out whether optically active or optically inactive, we should have a condition like if the plane of symmetry is present, then that becomes optically inactive. If the plane of symmetry is absent, then that becomes optically active. Optically active, we will be having two. One is exorotatory, as well as egorotatory. Right? Okay. Now we are going with respect to the examples. See, if I take the example like M-A-A-3. See, this is bidentate ligand. If 3 are there, we will be getting 6 bonds. One bidentate ligand gives 2 false. So it is an octahedral complex. In octahedral complex we are talking. So I am taking the molecule like this M surrounding like this it will present or okay. For imaginary I am showing it here. See, M is present like this. It is present bottom and top. Here A are there. This is A. This is A. These two are linked. Here it is. Okay, so this we can take in this bracket. A. These two one set. These two one set. These two one set. See, getting me. So let me show that. See, this is the everything paper, right? I am assuming here several metal atom. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I am doing like this. Okay. See. Let me take here 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Central metal atom like this. Now I am placing this one. Okay. One is 5 above, one is 6 below. This is the structure. M getting me 4. One is above the plane, one is below the plane. Now this 4 and 3, one bidentate magnet. So these two. 4, 3. See, I am representing here 4, 3, right? 4 and 3 one bidentate magnet. Here, let me take top one as 1. So here only one is there now. 4, let me take 5. This is 5. 5 and 1. This is one ligand. This one ligand. This is 2 and 6. One ligand. See, one ligand is linked up like this. One ligand like this from top to this one 1 and 5. These two like this. This one 2. 2 with 6. Okay, 2 with 6. Again I am repeating. 4 with 3. 1 with 5. Like this. 2 with 6. Okay, one is in bottom. See, all these three are in different planes. Okay, you can't cut them. Right? You can't cut them. Suppose if you go for the geometrical isomers. Geometrical isomers is automatically you should be having what? Geometrical isomers means you should be having opposite same. Opposite different if you take. See, opposite same. This is AA. Okay, AA, combination. AA. See. Other than this, any combination is possible for geometrical isomers? No. If you flip this one like this, also you will be getting AA only. Nothing different. So you can't get here. So geometrical isomerism is absent. Going for optical isomerism. Optical. So let me write. Optical isomerism. See, can you cut this one into two? Go for the plane of symmetry. Plane of symmetry means if you cut that molecule, the two should be same. Can you cut this molecule? You can't cut this molecule because like this it is present, from the bottom it is linked. So if you take like this plane, like this, any cross section you take, it will not be equally divided. Simply see, this is O. For this plane of symmetry is present or not? Plane of symmetry present means if you are able to cut that molecule into equal halves. See, I can cut this molecule into equal halves like this, or I can cut in this pattern. Okay, or I can cut in this pattern. Anyone, I can cut in this pattern. So this half and that half, this half and this half, bottom and top, are same, both are equal. So plane of symmetry is present. So now let's take this. Plane of symmetry is present or not? So if I take like this, plane of symmetry is present. Okay, don't take like this. If you take like this, plane of symmetry will be absent. At least one plane of symmetry is present, then you can say that the molecule is optically inactive. Suppose if I take a molecule like G. Okay. Is it plane? Does this G have plane of symmetry? So you cut like this too. Different, you can't go. Or you cut like this. This half and this half are different. This half and this half are different. Okay. Or you cut like this. This half and this half are different. So this is plane of symmetry is absent. Absent means optically active. So G is optically active. The plane of symmetry is present. So this is optically inactive. This one optically inactive. Planar symmetry is present means then that molecule is called as optically inactive molecule. So if you say this one, geometrical isomers are absent, and if you go for the planar symmetry, it can cut like this, cut like this. The upper one will be having, below one will not be having. Okay, the two halves should be equal. So here optical isomers, planar symmetry is present or not? Planar symmetry is absent. So optically active. If optically active, how many will be getting? One is D, one is A. Okay, one is D and one is M. So this is optically active molecule. Geometrical isomers are 0. So let us take one more molecule like M AB3. This is the molecule. Okay, there are structures M like this. A B, this one. A B, this one. A B. See, these B B A, this one, this entire section like this here. A and this one B are opposite. Right? Getting it? So, is there any possibility of writing the molecule one more way? This is the set of writing this one. Okay. Next, one more way is if you put any one, you can fit this one. So what happens? M like this will be having A B. This is A B and this is B A. So these two are geometrical isomers. How you can say? Take opposite this. This is BA, BA, this is BA, this is A. Getting me? See, BA, BA, A. Go for this one set. See, BB, you are getting. Next, AA, next one is A. Try one more structure. Definitely you will be getting the same things. You will not be getting a different one. Okay? Getting me? Right. This is the way of representation of the molecule. Okay? Let me stop here once. Right? Correct? So these two. So how many geometrical isomers are there? Geometrical isomers. You can go. These two are the process. Optical isomers. See, can cut this plane like this. See, don't think that this entire half is same like equal half. This is 3D structure. Okay, this is also 3D structure. Don't think as 2D. Sir, if I bisect like that, here B is the A, B is the A here, so the molecule is it is having plane of symmetry. Don't go in the pattern because it doesn't have a plane of symmetry. It is a three-dimensional molecule. One A here, B is here. B here, A is present here. Again A is B. Again B. Right? This is the condition. So this one compact. So plane of symmetry is absent. So it is optically active. So here also plane of symmetry absent. So this is optically active. So how many will be getting here? D here. And here how many will be getting? This is D and this is here. So totally how many are there? DL as well as DL. You are having 4 optical isomers. So geometrical will be getting 2 and optically active 4. Right? Optically active isomers are 4. Let me take one more molecule. Once you find by yourself, if it is possible. So the next molecule is MAA2B2. Like this. MAA2B2. So I am taking the second molecule like this. MAA. These two are going to like this. Next is A. So you are having a little bit. Anyhow, that is correct only. So I am raising this also so that you will be having one set, one clear idea. So take the structure or draw the structure of this molecule. I am taking name in my central atom. So this is A and this is A. These two are equal. And this is A and this is A. These two are equal. Okay. B. Going for B. This is B and this is B. Like this is one structure. Now I am taking B here. Anyway, see first I have drawn one structure. M, here A, here A. These two are going to be like this. Okay, next going to this. Here B, here B. So it is A, it is A. These two are going to this pattern. Okay? See, these two are different. Geometry SMS doesn't have. Check the opposite is AA. Opposite is AA. This one BB. So this is one condition. This one AA. This is AB. AB. See, this set is different from this set. Even one set is different. You can say that it is having geometrical isomers. So geometrical isomers how many are there? 2. Optical isomers. See, this is generally the plane molecule, like this will be present. Okay, if I draw the line like this, so what happens? This half is equal to this half, right? So plane of symmetry is present. So optical activity absent. So this is optically inactive. So we can say optically inactive. Suppose if you go for this set. Right? What you can say now? This one. Optical activity or inactive means. Plane of symmetry. You try to cut that molecule. See, this one is set like this is present. Okay? If you cut the molecule like this, upper B is present, area is present. If you cut the molecule like this, talk about this AA, this is BA. Okay, if you cut the molecule like this is BB and this is AA. So, plane of symmetry, what happened? It is absent. So, optically active. Optically active is something indicating again. One is B form, one is L form. So, this molecule is optically active and this one optically inactive. But AA to B2, is it optical active or inactive? It is optically active and on because this type of arrangement is the optical nature. And geometrical resonance, we are having to. Right? So this is the way of finding. So let me say one trick by solving the next problem. Right. Geometrical resonance are 2. Let me take one more example like M. Okay. Something like M. B3C. Getting me? MAA B3C. So if I go for the structure, how I get it? So M I am taking the central atom. Structure M I am taking AA. I am going to say AA. This is magnetic line. B. See, once I am having B. Okay, let me take all other B here. Okay, B, this is B, and this is C. See, A, B, C are in one plane. B, this B are opposite. Is there any possibility of writing this structure in one plane? Okay, change the position. This is M, A, these two are the same, nothing problem. Now B, B are opposite. Now you take B, C opposite. Right? Then what will you do? See, other than this, is it possible to write anything? No. You can check. You will be getting AC, AB, BB. AB, BC, AB. So, geometrical isomers are possible. So, 2 geometrical isomers. Right. Based on this, see, I already have said go for the opposite things to the geometrical isomers. Like this, you draw the set. Like this set. Now, it's going to the optical activity. Okay, if you break the molecule into 2 comes. See, this all very, it takes a lot of time in exam. Okay, I am telling a trick here. See, trick is, if opposite sides are same, optically inactive. See, if opposite sides are same, you are taking B. See, opposite side, this is B. So you are having B and B. So optically inactive. This is the first condition. Second condition, if opposite sides are different. Okay, let me take your opposite sides and make it like this, right? Here B is present, here B is present. If opposite sides are different, okay, like this. If this is B and this is C, what you are having like this combination? What you are having? This is BC. This is E. If opposite sides, and this one. If any one side, if opposite sides are different, then check right side and left side. Okay? If right side and left side. If these are same, okay, if these are different, these are, let me take this example. Okay? This is B comma B. If opposite sides are different, this is same, this is same, then optically inactive. Second condition. See, first condition is opposite sides are different. Sorry, opposite sides are same. Then don't go for the second condition. First you go for this condition. Opposite sides are same, optically inactive. No need to check right and left. Next condition is if opposite sides are different. Opposite sides are different. Okay, these two are different. Now check left and right. If left side and right side, so opposite sides are different. Left and right. These two are same. These two are same. Left and right are same. See, I am not comparing A with B. Okay, I am comparing this one with this one. Comparing this B. These two are same. These two are also same. Okay. If left and right are of same wavelengths, then you can say optically what? Inactive. Clear? Next rule, third rule. Going from the third rule, what does it say? Is third. If opposite sides are different, then we will be checking left and right. See, opposite sides are different, something like B, C. Here these two are different and these two are same. Okay? One more thing is B, C. These two are different. Okay, these two are different. These two are different. Optically active. See, top and bottom are same, finish, optically inactive. If top and bottom are different, then you should check right side or left side. Right side and left side. If right side both atoms are same, in the left side both atoms are same, optically inactive. If any one is different, now top and bottom are different. This side is different, but this side is same, optically active. Top and bottom are different. Left and right are same, both are different. One is different. Be careful this. Both are different, or one is different, that is optically active. Both are optically active. See, left side, right side are different. Only one side is different and the other is same, optically active. If both are same, left side and right side, optically inactive. If top and bottom are same, optically inactive. That is the condition. Clear? So now go for this. Opposite sides are same, B and B. See, this first condition. So this is optically inactive. Okay? This one. Go for this one. If opposite sides are different, see, opposite sides are different. So this first one is not very familiar because opposite sides are different. So going on. If opposite sides are different, okay, different. Same is same. This one is same and this one is what it should be? It should be optically inactive, right? It is optically inactive. Same sides are there. Okay, so what will be having? So it is also optically inactive compound. Let me look over this. Right. So no optical isomers. No optical isomers are present. Okay. This is something like MAA, B3C, BBBC, BBBC. Okay. Right. Let us say this is the condition optically inactive. Next, let us go for one more example. MAB. The last example. See, you open your material and try to solve questions. Automatically you will be getting. So where there is a difference, where there is strength. Right, take M, AB. So this is the asymmetrical bilateral diagram. B2, C. This is the condition. So go for a drawing of structure M. This is AB. Okay, this for length. Next it is BB. C. Okay. Now BC are there. Now you take the same M. This is AB. These two are there. Now BB make as opposite. BB. Now you will be getting C and then C. This is one condition. Okay. Now you take CC as a common. So when you are taking, this is A, this is B, and this is C. C combination, this is B and this is B. So now flip one thing, you flip any one. So what happens? M, this is B, this is B, and take the same molecule B, C, C. So how many geometrical isomers are possible? Geometrical is 1, 2, 3, 4. See, other than this you can't now. Once you try. Okay. Once you try, other than this, you can't draw the molecules. So geometrical isomers, how many are there? 4. Go for the optical isomers. Optical isomers. See, is this optically active? Let me take this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, and this is 4. So what is our condition? If opposite sides are same, that is optically inactive. See, opposite sides are same. So optically inactive. So no optical activity. Right here, opposite sides are same again. So optically inactive means no optical activity can be seen here. Going for here, opposite sides are different. Okay, this side different. Right, one side is different, it is optically active. So this is optically active. So how many you will be getting? You will be getting D. This one as here. So this is optically. So first one is optically active. So go for this condition. Opposite sides are different. One is different. Sorry, even like maybe flip. This is different. So this is optically active. Right. So again you will be here. Two forms. One is D, one is A. See, I hope that you know how to write geometry. Geometry means take the opposite sides. Take the opposite one, make the combination C. AC, BB, BC. Here, AC, BB, BC. Here, BC is not there in this complex. Here, BC is present. Right? Difference is there. Here, CC combination is there. Okay. Here there is no CC combination, here no CC combination. Right? Here BC, AB, BC combination is here. So this is one set. Okay? Right, like this we will get the geometrical isomers as well as the optical isomers means top and bottom you check if they are same optically inactive. If both are different, check the left side as well as the right side. If the left side you are having the same and the right side also same, then it is optically inactive. Top and bottom are different, left side is different, right side is same, optically active. Left side same, right side different, optically active. Both are different, optically active. Because even if one difference is there, then that is called as optically active complex. So you open your material. There are some many examples. You try to solve them. Okay, this is the trick. Many people will be facing a problem to solve whether they are optically active or optically inactive, how many geometrical they will be getting, how they will be getting, they will be all exchanging the molecules and they will be getting highly confused. At last they will do that. Okay, don't do that. For geometrical, we check the opposite one, how many pairs are possible, and for opticality, we check if the plane of symmetry is present, it is optically inactive, the plane of symmetry is absent, then that is optically active. Plane of symmetry absent means optically active, plane of symmetry present means optically inactive. This is what the information we have with respect to bilateral ligands. We practice all the things. Okay, right? Let me pass the video, students. Okay, students. Next we shall go with respect to the coloring coordination complexes. See, generally because the elements are highly colored in nature. Okay, the transition elements will be colored. So why the color comes? Okay. See, paramagnetic nature is due to the unpaired electrons, and the color of the complex is also due to the unpaired of electrons. Right? See, now what I mean by this, we are going to discuss the colors. Colors in coordination compounds. Colors in coordination complex. See, generally coordination compounds are highly colored in nature. This is the first thing, right? Why the color occurs? Why the color occurs? Suppose you are having titanium, something like H2O taken 6 times. Listen, it absorbs light. It absorbs the light like green color and yellow color. So there is absorption of colors by titanium. Okay, and it emits colors like blue color and red color. See, titanium is taken 6 times plus 3. What it will be having? Scandium titanium. Titanium means, see, titanium means what is the configuration? Something like 4s2 scandium titanium. So it is 22, right? 4s2 22. Plus 3 is there. So titanium plus 3 means you should remove 3 electrons. 4s 0, 3d 1. 1 electron is present. So 1 electron is present means, so this is the Avogadro complex. 5 will be having like this. It gets excited in the presence of ligand. Again it gets triggered into 2 and this one is 3. So I will write this 2, 3. How many electrons are there? 1. What happens? This 1 electron, whatever that is present in P2 or G orbital, it absorbs. The electron absorbs the light. See, this is the difference between these two is delta naught. It is very less. Why it is very less? Because the ligand is very weak. Okay, the ligand here it is very weak, so that it can absorb the light and it can get shifted into this one. Suppose if there is a strong ligand, what happens? The difference will be very high here. So normal light is not enough to absorb it and get shifted to this one. Okay, see, this is d orbitals, all these are d orbitals only, all these are d orbitals only. Now this electron, whatever that is present in d to g orbital, it absorbs the visible light of this radiation, green or yellow. Okay, it absorbs that one and it gets shifted into the upper orbital. Here will be answer. It has absorbed energy, it has shifted to this one. So whenever it has shifted, it will liberate some sort of energy. So that radiation will be in the blue or red color range. So if it absorbs this color, it will be emitting this color. It is absorbing this sort of color and it is emitting this sort of color. Right? Getting me? So what is happening? From d orbital to d orbital, transition of electrons taking place. Transition of electron. So this transition of electron from one d orbital to the other d orbital, it is called as DD transition. The color of the complex in coordination compounds is due to the DD transition of electrons, right? Because one electron in lower energy level, it absorbs the visible radiation light of green and yellow, it gets shifted to the higher energy orbital and it emits the light of blue or red color range, right? So that sort of excitement of electron from one d orbital to the other d orbital is called as DD transition of electron. Okay. Suppose if we go for some complex like CO, H2O taken 6 times, it is plus 3. Here, something like CO in H3 taken 6 times, it is plus 3. And CO cyanide taken 6 times, it is minus 3. See, cobalt plus 3 here also cobalt plus 3 will be getting, because this is minus 6. Minus 6 it goes that side. It becomes plus 6. Minus 3 plus 6 it becomes plus 3. Again cobalt will be plus 3 again. Among these, which is the high strong ligand? Cn minus will be very strong ligand apart from this electrochemical series compared to NH, compared to H2. These are the conditions. So ligand strength this is ligand strength. So let me take 3 conditions. One cyanide complex, one is NH3 complex, one is H2. Okay, delta one will be higher for which one? It is very simple. So this is higher, this is medium, this is very low. Difference in energy. Okay, difference between the orbitals. Lower energy orbital and higher energy orbital. Difference in lower energy and higher energy. Now, energy shifting. Which one you require highest? Here, more the difference, more energy is required to shift it. So, energy for transition higher, this is somewhat medium, this is lower. Okay. Now, if you go for the wavelength and energy are inversely proportional. See, first we have learned E is equal to hc by lambda. Energy and wavelength are inversely proportional. If energy is high, wavelength will be low. So this is what happens. This is low, this is medium, and this is higher. Okay. So this is the pattern what we will be having. And if you go for the light absorbed, something like color absorbed, something which is blue. Don't take exact once you go to your material. This is something like orange, and will be getting. This is violet. See, I didn't know what this color. This is something like orange. Okay, and color emitted. What is the color emitted? Something this is this is orange. Okay. See, let me pause the video once. See, okay, I have my corrections right. Clear? So this is color absorbed. It is violet color. Cyanide absorbs violet color and it emits yellow color. Violet color is absorbed and yellow color is emitted. In the same way, if you go here, ammonia absorbs the blue color and it emits the yellow orange color. Same way, going for water is orange as well as blue color is emitted. Orange color is absorbed and blue color is emitted. So these are the things and these are the colors. Okay, for the complex whatever you are taking. Suppose if you go for one more complex like, see these colors, that are the things that you should remember. It is very easy once you go for the complementary colors. If I absorb one light, the opposite complementary color will be reflected outside, right? So let me take one more example like nickel. So nickel, right? Nickel H2O taken 6 times. This is plus 2. This is aqueous condition. Whenever this is made to react with diethylamine. Okay. This is colorless. This one changes into pale blue color. Nickel H2O taken 4 times. This is again. Because then you are having 6 ligands. But one again it forms 2 bonds. So the coalition is balanced again. So it will be pale blue color plus what is liberated outside. Okay. How many water comes out? 2 water. Now this one further it undergoes reaction. Something like nickel H2O taken 4 times again plus 2. This is aqueous condition. Ethylamine, diethylamine. So it forms nickel En taken twice, H2O taken twice. So something like this. You'll be able to work. So this is something like purple in color. Purple or sometimes thick blue. This is pale blue, this is blue or purple color based on that medium. And if it is further, it further undergoes reaction, so it is nickel En taken twice H2O. How many are there? 2. If it is made to react with En, what happens? You will be getting nickel En taken twice plus 2. This is 2 water. So in this it is violet color. Okay. So whenever you are having the ligand is water, it is having one color. Or you can go for colorless. When nickel combined with the ligand, one ligand is having colorless. When two water molecules have been removed and replaced by En, it has changed to pale blue. Okay, only one En. If two Ens, dicolorless, it has changed to purple color. If three Ens, it has changed to violet color. Means if the ligand is changing, the color of the complex also changes. Okay, that is what it means to tell. And with respect to the colors, suppose if I go for the molecule like manganese. Okay, so if I go for the molecule like manganese pentahydrate, manganese I'm having H2O, taking system is plus 2. So what is the configuration for this? Suppose x resistance of 0 is equal to plus 2. So x is equal to plus 2. So manganese will be something like 4s2 3d 5. So manganese plus 2 is equal to 4s0 3d 5. Okay, 5 electrons are there. So what happens? Electrons like this. 1, 2, 3. This is 4 and this is 5. You will be having like this. Each orbital outside. T2g orbital bottom side. Right? If I take the molecule like Fe H2O, take it 6 times. This is plus 3. Okay? So x plus 6 times of 0 is equal to plus 3. So x plus 0 is equal to plus 3. X is equal to 3. So Fe, what is the configuration? 4s2 3d6. So Fe plus 2. What are you getting for Fe? Plus 3. So it is 4s0 3d5. See here, weak field ligand. Here also got weak field ligand. So what happens? The combination is like this. We are having 3 and 4 5. See this molecule. This is weak ligand. See what I have said is weak ligand means the energy level will be very less, so it absorbs some sort of fat and gets excited to the upper level. See if you see in this condition, it is weak ligand. If you provide some energy to the electron, this one shifting to the upper is forbidden. The electron shifts into the upper orbital only when it is empty. If already one electron is present, it will not excite. So in this case, the color is not due to this one. The color in this complex is not due to DD transition. Here also it is not due to DD transition. In this case, DD transition of electron is forbidden. DD electron transition will not take place. In that there is one more concept, that is out of figure symbol. Generally, pi d electron transition takes place. Okay, or not only from, there is one thing called as electron transfer from metal to ligand, ligand to metal. Okay, those are different contents, right? Don't go for that. Till up to here, remember, even if it is weak field ligand, all the orbitals are filled with one electron each. If you provide some amount of energy, the electron which is in the lower energy will not shift to the higher energy orbital. Why it is not shifting to the higher energy orbital means already electron is present. So the color in this compound is not due to DD transition. In this condition, DD transition is forbidden. In this complex also the same case. Here also the color, you are having some color in this compound. This compound will not be that color. This compound is having some color. That color is not due to the excitation of electron from lower to higher. That is due to the one more metal to ligand, ligand to metal complex electron transition. But in this condition, DD transmission is forbidden. So there are some colors in the textbooks. You should remember the molecules with the colors. That is your work. That is by having no one can do anything with that. So have a nice day. Prepare well. If you have any doubts, you can ask me. Right, I will be available for you. Right, have a nice day. Stay safe.